Let's take a look at representative democracy in government. A major political value in America has been representative democracy. An increasing emphasis has been placed on democratizing political processes. Representative democracy stresses that representatives are nominated and elected from individual districts. They comprise a legislature that makes binding decisions for its society. The reality is that some elements of democracy are universally supported or nearly so, whereas others are the subject of nearly continuous controversy. The former enables the political system to make and implement binding decisions through popular control. The latter permits those not in the majority the freedom to voice their political views and otherwise be politically active. Directly related to these principles are the constitutional guarantees of a free marketplace of political ideas. That is, the freedom to speak, write, and publish political concepts and commentaries, including those out of favor with officials in the majority of citizens. Numerous studies of public opinion suggest, however, that many Americans are inconsistent in their willingness to allow free expression of unpopular ideas. Most would also argue that democracy requires widespread involvement in the election of public officials by means of voting and active participation in political campaigns. One element emphasized in the last half century as essential to democratic government is direct participation in making and administering important decisions by those affected most directly by them. Calls for participatory democracy in general and participatory management have been met increasingly with positive responses. Whether representative democracy requires widespread direct participation is debatable, but merely raising the question has had an impact on our thinking about democracy and on the ways some decisions have been made. Another idea about democratic government, closely related to direct participation, was an expanded definition of what constitutes representativeness in our major institutions. It's been argued that those institutions had not been sufficiently responsive to the needs, interests, and preferences of many groups. Divisive issues involving economic competition and regulation, compensation, collective bargaining, and popular representativeness have recently tended to center on the roles of administrative entities. Public administration in America has been profoundly affected by the evolution of political values. It's been shaped in part by actions and concepts that limit government while also having an effect on those devices. In particular, government bureaucracies have both contributed to and benefited from what some have called the tilt towards the executive branch of government during the late 20th and early 21st centuries. If public administration had been shaped solely by changing political values and interplay of political forces, it would have been altered considerably from its earliest forms and practices. Administrative values have also figured predominantly in its evolution.